In the year 800 AD, a new force began to rise from the fjords of Scandinavia, a group of sailors and warriors known as the Vikings. These fearless voyagers embarked on perilous journeys across seas, leaving indelible marks on the history of Europe. But who were these enigmatic raiders, and what tales remain untold? The Vikings originated from the region of modern-day Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. Known for their advanced shipbuilding skills, they created longships that were both swift and versatile. These vessels allowed them to navigate the treacherous waters of the North Atlantic and explore further than anyone before them. The Viking Age is often marked by the start of their raids, beginning with the attack on Lindisfarne in 793 AD. This event shocked the Christian world, as the Vikings pillaged monasteries, looting treasures, and spreading fear across coastal Europe. It marked the dawn of an era defined by both exploration and conquest. Vikings were not just raiders, they were also traders and settlers. Their journeys took them to far-off lands, from the British Isles to the coasts of North America. They established trade routes that connected diverse cultures and exchanged goods such as furs, amber, and even slaves. Among their most remarkable explorations was the discovery of Vinland, believed to be part of North America. Led by Leif Erikson around the year 1000, the Vikings reached this land, which they named for its wild grapes. This exploration predated Columbus by nearly 500 years, showcasing their maritime prowess. The Vikings settled in various regions, including Greenland and parts of Iceland. They established farming communities, adapting to the harsh climates. This resilience highlights their ingenuity and ability to thrive in diverse environments, showcasing a side of them often overshadowed by their raiding reputation. Religion played a crucial role in Viking society, with a pantheon of gods such as Odin, Thor, and Freya. Their beliefs influenced every aspect of life, from warfare to agriculture. The Vikings held elaborate rituals and celebrated festivals to honor their deities, sustaining a rich cultural tradition. In contrast to their fierce warrior image, Vikings were also skilled artisans and craftsmen. They produced intricate jewelry, weaponry, and textiles, showcasing their artistic talents. The beauty of their craftsmanship often tells stories of their identity and beliefs, connecting their past with their present. The Viking legacy lies not only in their conquests, but also in their influence on language and culture. Many English words derive from Old Norse, and their impact can be seen in place names across Britain and beyond. This cultural exchange enriched the tapestry of medieval Europe. As the Viking Age came to a close around 1100 AD, their raids diminished and assimilation into local cultures began. The Viking warriors transitioned from raiders to settlers, intertwining their legacy with the peoples they once sought to conquer. This transformation marked a significant shift in European history. The saga of the Vikings continues to captivate our imagination, serving as a reminder of human resilience and exploration. Their untold tales of bravery and adventure have left an indelible mark on the world, encouraging us to reflect on the bonds that connect us through history. As the Viking Age progressed, their longships became symbols of innovation. Designed for speed and agility, these vessels allowed them to navigate both open seas and shallow rivers. This versatility opened new trade routes across Europe, connecting distant cultures and economies. Trade was not solely about goods, it was a cultural exchange as well. The Vikings brought silver, textiles, and furs while returning home with spices, gold, and knowledge. This interaction enriched their society and fostered relationships with far-flung civilizations. Beyond plundering, Vikings were also skilled craftsmen and seafarers. They created intricate jewelry and tools, blending functionality with artistry. These artifacts tell stories of their daily lives and the values they held dear. As they ventured further, the Vikings encountered diverse cultures. In the east, they traded with the Byzantine Empire, while in the west, they reached as far as North America. Each interaction left an imprint on their identity and legacy. The Vikings' explorations were not without peril. Harsh weather and treacherous seas tested their resolve. Yet, they navigated these challenges with remarkable skill, often relying on the stars and natural landmarks for guidance. Viking sagas, rich with tales of gods and heroes, inspired generations. These narratives were not just entertainment. They served as moral lessons and reflections on their beliefs, helping to shape their social structure and community values. The Viking approach to leadership was unique, often characterized by a consensus among chiefs rather than absolute rule. This system fostered loyalty and unity, helping them to organize large raids and expeditions effectively. With their extensive networks, Vikings established settlements that would later evolve into significant towns. Places like Dublin and York were transformed through Viking influence, becoming cultural melting pots of trade and ideas. Religion played a crucial role in Viking society. They worshipped a pantheon of gods, with Odin and Thor being among the most revered. These beliefs influenced their understanding of fate, bravery, and the afterlife. As the Viking influence spread, so did their artistic expressions. From intricate wood carvings to runestones, these works reflected their beliefs and stories, leaving a lasting legacy that can still be seen today. The Viking era also sparked significant maritime innovation. Their advancements in shipbuilding technology enabled them to explore uncharted territories, paving the way for future explorations by subsequent civilizations. Viking raids often targeted monasteries, where they encountered both wealth and resistance. These expeditions not only provided riches, but also revealed the vulnerabilities of established powers, altering the balance of power in Europe. The Viking impact on language and culture is profound. Many English words and place names have their origins in Old Norse. This linguistic legacy illustrates how Vikings integrated into the societies they encountered. Despite their fearsome reputation, Vikings were also explorers of peace. They established trade alliances and diplomatic routes, fostering mutual respect with those they encountered, proving their adaptability. Not all Viking voyages were meant for conquest. Many were driven by a quest for knowledge and discovery. Their exploratory spirit led them to document new lands, contributing to the geographical understanding of the time. With the establishment of trade routes, a new social class emerged: the merchants. These Viking traders played a crucial role in connecting different regions, promoting economic growth and cultural exchange. Viking women held a unique position in society. They enjoyed rights and responsibilities not commonly found in contemporary cultures. From managing households to participating in trade, they were integral to Viking life. As their influence spread, so did the adaptation of their customs. Local populations began to adopt Viking practices, blending them with their own traditions, creating a rich tapestry of cultural synthesis across Europe. Vikings were not just fierce warriors, but also skilled navigators and astronomers. They relied on natural phenomena, such as the sun's position and ocean currents, to guide their journeys across vast distances. The Viking legacy is not solely defined by raiding and exploration. Their saga is also one of adaptation and transformation, as they integrated into the societies they encountered, leaving a lasting influence on European culture. From their home in Scandinavia, the Vikings established a vast network of settlements, influencing the course of history. Their journeys reshaped the map of Europe, bringing new ideas and customs in their wake. The Vikings' approach to warfare was strategic and often brutal. They employed psychological tactics to instill fear, ensuring that their raids were not just about plunder, but also about dominance. In their conquests, Vikings also became agents of change. They introduced new governance structures and legal frameworks in the regions they settled, laying the groundwork for future societies. The impact of the Vikings extended beyond Europe. They established connections with the Islamic world, exchanging goods and knowledge that enriched both cultures and further broadened their horizons. As they settled in new lands, Vikings brought their customs and traditions with them. Festivals and rituals became integral to local culture, marking the seasons and celebrating community achievements. The Viking approach to education emphasized practical skills. From navigation to craftsmanship, they passed down knowledge through mentorship, ensuring the survival of their culture and practices. In the realm of mythology, the Vikings created rich narratives that explained the world around them. These stories, filled with fantastical elements and moral lessons, reflected their values and worldview. The Vikings' mastery of the sea allowed them to explore the vastness of the Atlantic. They reached lands like Greenland and Newfoundland, showcasing their adventurous spirit and navigational prowess. Their encounters with indigenous peoples were complex. While some resulted in conflict, others led to cooperation and cultural exchange, with both sides learning from one another. Viking exploration laid the foundation for later expeditions, influencing future explorers like Columbus. Their knowledge of the sea and navigation would be built upon by generations to come. As their era unfolded, the Vikings began to establish a more structured society. They created laws and norms that governed their communities, transitioning from raiders to settlers. The Viking spirit of adventure is immortalized in their literature. With epic sagas that celebrate their conquests and explorations, these narratives continue to inspire modern interpretations of their legacy. Through their journey, the Vikings became a symbol of resilience and adaptability. Their ability to thrive in diverse environments illustrates a remarkable human story of survival and innovation. The Vikings' influence stretches far beyond their era, shaping cultures and societies across the globe. As we look back at their untold tales, we're reminded of the enduring spirit of exploration that resides within us all. As the Viking longships sliced through the icy waters of the North Atlantic, these mariners were not just seeking riches, they were charting new territories. Each voyage was a blend of risk and ambition, driven by a thirst for adventure and survival. The vastness of the ocean beckoned to them, promising new lands and opportunities for settlement. Viking raids began to leave an indelible mark on European shores. In the late 8th century, coastal monasteries became prime targets, with Lindisfarne being famously invaded in 793 AD. These raids shocked the Christian world, as monks and villagers were often caught unprepared, leading to horrific tales of violence and plundering. However, the Vikings were more than mere raiders. They were skilled traders. They established intricate trade networks that extended from the Byzantine Empire to the Arab world. Luxurious goods, including silk, spices, and silver, flowed through these routes, showcasing the Vikings' adaptability and their role as cultural intermediaries. The Vikings' impact on local cultures was profound. As they settled in regions like Normandy and the British Isles, they infused their own customs and traditions into the local populace. Intermarriages and alliances formed, blending Norse and local identities which shaped the future of these societies. In the heart of their settlements, the Vikings built expansive communities marked by craftsmanship and innovation. Longhouses, adorned with intricate carvings and symbols, reflected their beliefs and stories. These structures served as communal spaces, fostering social bonds and cultural practices. As the Vikings explored beyond Europe, they reached the shores of North America, landing in what is now Newfoundland around 1000 AD. Known as Vinland, this discovery showcased their navigational skills and daring spirit, pushing the boundaries of known geography long before Columbus. With their advanced shipbuilding techniques, the Vikings created vessels capable of traversing both open seas and shallow rivers. Their ships, designed for speed and efficiency, were pivotal in both warfare and trade, allowing them to navigate varied water conditions with ease. The Vikings also brought with them a rich oral tradition filled with sagas and myths that celebrated their heroes and gods. These stories, passed down through generations, served not only as entertainment, but also as a means of preserving their cultural identity amid changing landscapes. Despite their notorious reputation, the Vikings were also known for their artistry. Intricate jewelry, metalwork, and textiles reveal a sophisticated aesthetic sensibility. Their craftsmanship reflected not only their skills, but also their connection to nature and the cosmos, often depicted in their art. The Viking Age also saw the emergence of powerful chieftains and tribal leaders who commanded respect and loyalty. These figures played critical roles in both warfare and governance, often leading their people into battle and ensuring the prosperity of their communities through strategic alliances. As they settled in foreign lands, Vikings adopted and adapted local customs and beliefs. This blending of traditions often resulted in unique cultural hybrids, as Norse gods like Odin and Thor found resonance in local pantheons, leading to the evolution of a shared spiritual landscape. The Vikings' seafaring lifestyle fostered a sense of community and collaboration among them. Their shared experiences on perilous voyages created bonds that transcended clan affiliations, forming a collective identity rooted in exploration and adventure. As the Viking Age progressed, tensions between Norse settlers and local populations occasionally erupted into conflicts. These clashes, fueled by competition for resources, showcased the complexities of cultural integration and the challenges of coexistence in newly occupied lands. The political landscape of the Viking world was marked by shifting alliances and rivalries. Kings and chiefs often vied for power, leading to both unification and division among the tribes, shaping the future of Scandinavia and influencing neighboring regions. As Christianity began to spread across Europe, the Vikings faced a transformative period. The conversion to Christianity brought significant changes to their social structures, traditions, and beliefs, often resulting in tension between old ways and new faith. The Vikings' legacy, though often overshadowed by their raiding reputation, is rich with stories of innovation and resilience. They were pioneers in navigation and shipbuilding, laying the groundwork for future explorations across the globe, influencing maritime cultures for centuries. In their quest for wealth and knowledge, the Vikings left behind a wealth of archaeological evidence. From burial sites filled with artifacts to ruins of their settlements, each discovery unveils new insights into their daily lives and societal structures, enriching our understanding of this remarkable civilization. The Vikings' navigational techniques were advanced for their time, using the stars, ocean currents, and landmarks to guide their journeys. These skills not only facilitated their conquests, but also promoted a spirit of inquiry and knowledge that would resonate through the ages. Women in Viking society played crucial roles, often managing households and participating in trades. Some were even warriors, challenging the traditional gender roles of the time, which adds a layer of complexity to our understanding of Viking culture and its dynamics. The craftsmanship of the Vikings extended into their weaponry as well. Their swords and axes, often adorned with intricate patterns, highlight not only functionality, but also artistry, showcasing the duality of their identity as both raiders and skilled artisans. The Viking Age also coincided with an era of significant societal changes throughout Europe. As they interacted with various cultures, they were instrumental in the exchange of ideas, technologies, and agricultural practices, influencing the evolution of medieval Europe. As the Vikings ventured further into the east, they forged connections with the Byzantine Empire, engaging in trade and sometimes military alliances. These interactions significantly impacted the cultural landscape of both regions, enriching the tapestry of their histories. In Russia, the Varangians, a group of Vikings, played a pivotal role in the formation of early Russian statehood. Their influence in trade and governance laid the foundation for the Kievan Rus, reflecting the Vikings' broader impact on Eastern Europe. The Vikings were adept at incorporating local technologies and practices, which allowed them to thrive in various environments. From adopting new farming methods to utilizing advanced metallurgy, their ability to innovate was key to their success across diverse landscapes. The concept of honor and reputation was central to Viking culture. Feuds and alliances played crucial roles in social dynamics, as personal and familial honor dictated interactions and relationships among clans, shaping the societal framework of their communities. As the Viking Age waned, the gradual rise of centralized monarchies across Europe began to alter the power dynamics. The formation of strong kingdoms pushed the Vikings towards assimilation, transforming them from fierce raiders into settled communities. The Norse sagas continued to be a source of inspiration and identity for the Vikings, even as their way of life evolved. These narratives not only told stories of their past, but also served as a reminder of their adventurous spirit and the importance of heritage. In the end, the legacy of the Vikings is one of resilience, creativity, and a relentless pursuit of exploration. Their contributions to trade, culture, and navigation transformed not only their own society, but also the world they encountered, leaving a lasting imprint on history. While often remembered for their raids, the Vikings were also pioneers of urban development. They established towns that served as commercial hubs, fostering economic growth and cultural exchanges that would influence generations to come. Viking craftsmanship extended to their everyday items, from cooking utensils to clothing, illustrating their resourcefulness. Even the mundane aspects of their lives were imbued with beauty and function, revealing a culture that valued both utility and artistry. In their relentless pursuit of the new, Vikings laid the groundwork for future explorers. Their daring voyages across uncharted waters inspired generations, establishing a spirit of adventure and curiosity that permeated centuries beyond their time. The religious beliefs of the Vikings were complex and deeply rooted in their understanding of nature and the cosmos. Their pantheon of gods and goddesses reflected the Norse view of the world, intertwining mythology with daily life and cultural practices. The Vikings' respect for nature was evident in their sustainable practices, which allowed them to live in harmony with the land. They understood the rhythms of nature, employing techniques that ensured the longevity of their resources for future generations. As their world changed, the Vikings faced the challenge of maintaining their cultural identity. The blend of old and new traditions sometimes caused friction, but this synthesis ultimately enriched their cultural tapestry, leading to a vibrant and diverse society. The Viking Age was also marked by exploration of the Arctic regions, where they encountered harsh climates and unique landscapes. Their adaptability in these extreme environments demonstrated their resourcefulness and determination to conquer the unknown. The integration of Viking customs into local cultures across Europe often resulted in the emergence of unique dialects and languages. The linguistic legacy of the Vikings is still evident in modern languages, particularly in the northern regions of Europe. The Vikings' fierce spirit of independence was not only evident in their raiding and trading, but also in their social structures. Their communities valued egalitarian principles, often granting women and lower-class members a voice in decision-making processes. Viking poetry and literature, rich in imagery and symbolism, played an essential role in preserving their culture. These creative expressions captured the essence of their experiences, beliefs, and aspirations, echoing through the ages in the form of sagas and poems. As their influence spread, the Vikings engaged in diplomacy with other cultures, negotiating treaties and alliances. These political maneuvers were crucial for securing peace and fostering relationships that would benefit trade and coexistence. The Vikings' maritime prowess not only allowed for conquests, but also for the sharing of knowledge. They exchanged ideas about shipbuilding, navigation, and trade practices with cultures they encountered, enriching their own capabilities and fostering innovation. The Viking Age, while often characterized by conflict, was also a period of remarkable transformation. The interplay of raiding, settling, and trading created a dynamic tapestry of interactions that shaped the course of history in Europe and beyond. The decline of the Viking Age ushered in new challenges. As they faced rising powers and changing political landscapes, their identities began to merge with the cultures around them, leading to a gradual but profound evolution of their society. In their pursuit of new horizons, the Vikings established a legacy that would echo through the centuries. Their spirit of exploration laid the groundwork for future navigators, reminding us of the enduring quest for knowledge and adventure in human history. As we reflect on the Viking Age, it becomes clear that their story is one of duality: raiders and traders, warriors and artisans. This complexity adds depth to our understanding of a civilization that was as much about conquest as it was about cultural exchange and development. Looking back, the Viking Age serves as a powerful reminder of the human capacity for adaptation and resilience. As their voyages ushered forth new beginnings, they paved the way for a world forever changed by their daring spirit. As the Viking Age progressed, the Norsemen began to establish trade routes that stretched far beyond their homeland. They navigated the rivers of Eastern Europe, connecting with the Byzantine Empire and the Islamic world, facilitating commerce and cultural exchange. The Vikings were not solely raiders. They were adept traders as well, exchanging goods such as furs, timber, and iron for silver, spices, and textiles. This duality of violence and trade reveals a complex society driven by both survival and ambition. In the bustling city of Birka, one of the earliest trading towns in Sweden, the Vikings established a vibrant community. Here, they would gather not only to trade, but to mingle, share stories, and forge alliances that would shape their future. The Norse exploration reached unprecedented heights with the discovery of Iceland in the late 9th century. Settled by a mix of exiles and adventurers, it became a crucial waypoint for further voyages into the unknown. From Iceland, the Vikings set their sights on the legendary land of Vinland, believed to be parts of modern-day Canada. Led by Leif Erikson, they ventured into these uncharted territories, seeking new lands and resources. In Vinland, the Norse encountered indigenous tribes, leading to complex interactions. While some exchanged goods, tensions sometimes flared, marking the beginning of a nuanced relationship between two very different cultures. The Vikings' influence extended beyond mere raiding and trading. They also brought their unique cultural practices, including their rich mythology and oral traditions, which would leave a lasting impact on the regions they touched. As the 10th century approached, the Vikings began to adopt aspects of Christianity, leading to a significant cultural shift. This blending of beliefs would lay the groundwork for the future of Scandinavia and reshape their societal norms. The sagas, epic tales of heroism and adventure, began to emerge during this time, chronicling the exploits of legendary figures like Ragnar Lothbrok and his sons. These stories would preserve the Viking legacy for generations to come. However, the Viking raids also intensified during this period, with coastal settlements in England and France becoming prime targets. This era of plunder was characterized by swift assaults and brutal tactics, as the Norse sought wealth and power. Not all encounters were hostile. Vikings often negotiated treaties, establishing a fragile peace with their adversaries. The Treaty of Paris in 845, for instance, allowed them to plunder Paris without resistance for a tribute. The Vikings also demonstrated remarkable shipbuilding skills, crafting longships that were both swift and agile. These vessels allowed them to navigate not only the open seas, but also rivers, facilitating both raids and exploration. One of the most famous Viking ships, the Oseberg ship, was discovered in a burial mound in Norway, revealing the elaborate burial customs of their elite. This ship served as a vessel for both the afterlife and a symbol of status. Women in Viking society played crucial roles, often managing households and engaging in trade. Their influence was significant, challenging traditional gender roles and allowing for a more dynamic society. As the Viking Age continued, the legacy of the Norse expanded beyond Europe, with their reach extending to the Mediterranean and even North America. This expansion marked a significant chapter in global history. The Vikings' relentless spirit of exploration would eventually lead to conflicts with emerging powers. As kingdoms rose in Europe, the dynamics of power shifted, and the Vikings faced new challenges. Despite the challenges, the Viking spirit endured. They established settlements that would evolve into modern cities, leaving a lasting impact on the regions they inhabited, and leading to a cultural synthesis that persists to this day. Within their own homeland, the Vikings developed a unique legal system known as the Thing, a public assembly where free men could voice their opinions and settle disputes. This early form of democracy showcases their advanced societal structure. Religion and spirituality were deeply intertwined in daily Viking life. They worshipped gods like Odin and Thor, celebrating rituals that honored their deities and sought their favor in battles and voyages. With the coming of the 11th century, a new chapter awaited the Vikings. As they continued to merge with the cultures around them, the once fearsome raiders would evolve into formidable merchants and explorers, forever altering the course of history. The legacy of the Norsemen is evident in modern culture, from language to folklore. Even today, the echoes of their adventurous spirit can be felt across Scandinavia and beyond, reminding us of their indomitable will. In summary, the Viking Age was a remarkable chapter of human history, characterized by exploration, trade, and complex cultural interactions. As they sailed into unknown waters, the Vikings not only sought riches, but also shaped the world around them. The rise of powerful kingdoms in Europe led to the gradual decline of Viking raids. As centralized authorities emerged, the once fragmented Norse world began to unify, changing the landscape of power and identity in Scandinavia. As the Vikings assimilated into the Christianized European society, they contributed to the rich tapestry of medieval culture. Their stories, skills, and traditions blended with existing customs, enriching the continent's heritage. The influence of Viking descendants can still be observed today in many parts of Europe, particularly in the British Isles, where place names and cultural traits bear the marks of their ancestors. Their legacy remains woven into the fabric of these societies. In Scandinavia, the Viking legacy is celebrated through festivals and reenactments, allowing modern generations to connect with their ancestors. These events are not just about nostalgia. They foster a deeper understanding of history and identity. As historians continue to unravel the complexities of Viking society, new archaeological discoveries shed light on their daily lives, revealing insights into their innovations in craftsmanship, trade, and governance. The Vikings not only left behind physical artifacts, but also a rich linguistic legacy that persists in modern languages. Words of Norse origin continue to enrich English and other languages, a testament to their enduring influence. The sagas and poems composed during the Viking Age remain vital to our understanding of their worldview and values. These literary works not only entertain, but also provide a window into the cultural psyche of the Norse. As we explore these tales and artifacts, we gain a clearer picture of a society that was as multifaceted as it was formidable, revealing a legacy that continues to inspire curiosity and admiration across the globe. The Viking Age, marked by expansion and innovation, serves as a pivotal moment in history, influencing not just Europe, but the entire world. Their legacy challenges us to understand the value of cultural interactions and exchanges. As we delve deeper into the Viking narrative, the exploration of their journeys reveals not just the physical distances they traveled, but also the profound impact they had on the course of European history. The advances in navigation and shipbuilding technology during the Viking Age laid the groundwork for future explorations. Their ability to traverse oceans enabled subsequent generations to expand their horizons. The Norsemen's adaptability and resilience in the face of challenges stand as a testament to their strength. These qualities not only define their era, but continue to inspire contemporary societies in the face of adversity. As the Viking Age draws to a close, the transition of power signifies a shift not just in governance, but in identity. The Norse legacy transforms, reflecting the changing social and political landscapes of Europe. The stories of the Vikings remind us of the human spirit's quest for adventure, knowledge, and understanding. Their journeys and experiences continue to resonate, shaping narratives of courage and exploration today. The enduring impact of the Vikings is visible in various facets of modern life. From popular media to academic studies, their portrayal in films, books, and games keeps their spirit alive for new generations. In addition to their cultural influence, the Vikings also contributed to advancements in trade networks, connecting diverse cultures across continents. This intricate web of commerce paved the way for globalization long before it became a buzzword. Archaeological efforts continued to unveil the complexities of Viking society, revealing new insights into their governance, trade practices, and daily lives, further enriching our understanding of this fascinating era. As scholars piece together the fragments of Viking history, they challenge preconceived notions of the Norsemen as mere savages. Instead, they reveal a civilization marked by innovation, creativity, and an intricate social structure. The Vikings' artistic expressions, seen in their carvings, jewelry, and textiles, provide insights into their beliefs and aesthetics. These artifacts reflect a culture rich in symbolism and craftsmanship. The Viking Age, while full of conflict, was also a time of profound creativity and cultural dynamism. The synthesis of various influences contributed to a unique civilization that left a distinct mark on history. Through the lens of the Viking experience, we gain insight into the human condition, our desires for exploration, connection, and understanding. Their stories are a testament to our shared journey across time and space. The Viking story is not just one of warriors and raiders, it is a narrative filled with nuance, complexity, and transformation. Their legacy invites us to reflect on our own journey through history. The journey through the Viking Age reminds us that history is woven from the threads of countless stories, each contributing to the rich tapestry of human experience. As we continue to explore their legacy, we invite you to ponder how these narratives shape our world today.